Welcome Udorians. In this video about accounting roles within the company, let's start with the internal team first and more particularly the senior accountant. The responsibility is to configure the basic setup of the accounting application like the chart of accounts, the journals, and the taxes. Once this is done and the accounting is live, they are responsible for validating the invoices and the bills, processing the payments, and generating the legal reports. To help them, there's also the accounting assistants whose responsibility is the day-to-day bookkeeping of the company, meaning the vendor was encoding the customer invoices, processing the bank statements, and managing the payment follow-ups. We have to say that this action need to be done fast as the seniors accountants needs to validate all those afterwards. Next, stakeholder within the internal team is the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer, whose responsibility is to monitor the financial health of the company. And do they have different tools to make sure that the works like in legal reporting, like balance sheet and profit and loss, and some management tools like the analytical accounting and the budget management. Based on all those information, they're going to be able to take quick and efficient decisions for the financial health of the company. Let's jump now to external stakeholders, like the chartered accountant, whose responsibility is to close the tax period and the fiscal year of the company. And to do so, they need to review the journal items that are written in the period and they can check that through the balance sheet to the profit and loss report. They're gonna have to make some adjustment if necessary in those entries, and finally, they will have to book the closing journal entry. Next up is the auditor. The auditor ensures that the financial statements are truthful and fair to make sure that external stakeholders take decisions that are rational, relevant, and reasonable. And lastly, we might have some interaction with the authorities that can intervene to avoid fraud in your accounting. For example, unreported revenue, tax report inconsistencies, unpaid taxes, and so on. You may see that all those there we have a lot of different stakeholders, but they all work together with one application, the accounting app. On the internal side, we're gonna have the senior accountant that is going to set up the application. Then the accounting assistants are going to book the entries within the app and that are going to be then validated by the senior accountant again. And all those informations are going to be exploited from the CFO to make sure that the financial health of the company is ensured. On the external side, we might have some interaction with the chartered accountant to close our tax period in our fiscal year, and also have a check from the auditor to make sure that our accounting is done properly. And lastly, the authorities that will control that our accounting is done by the rules. The accounting process is difficult, but you need to remember that everything, all the responsibilities that we've talked about, can be managed or within our accounting application. That's all for me in this video. Thank you for watching.